Hi, my name is Joe Kempe with iPod Repair Clinic. I've been repairing iPods since 2003. I started with the Generation 3, but I learned how to fix the 1 and the 2. I've been working on iPods ever since. In 2007, I migrated into iPhones, and in 2010, I started working on iPads. In 2006, a lot of the Apple stores here in the area, I live in Los Angeles, put me on their store list, and I was known as a third-party out of warranty service provider. I did that for many years till about 2016, 17, when I saw my market share was starting to diminish with all the pop shops that came up. But as far as iPods, I don't think anybody even comes close to me when it comes to fixing an iPod. I've seen a lot of the videos out there on how to fix iPods, and quite frankly, I'm a little, I don't know, frightened to say the least. Some people use devices like carpet knives and carpenter's knives and pocket knives. They use plastic tools. They use all kinds of glue, all of that. I've never ever used any of that stuff. I've used very professional tools, and I'll show you some of that. Today what we're going to do is is probably one of the most common repairs that people ask me to do on an iPod Classic. This is a 7th generation iPod Classic, and everybody seems to say what a nightmare it is to open it up. It's not a nightmare at all. If you know what you're doing, you will do this as easily as I am doing it right now. Today we're going to change the battery. That's the #1 problem in the iPod Classic. There are other problems that we're going to have other videos on in the future. And I want to show you exactly how I open this up, exactly how to change a battery, because there's a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of people out there that will damage their iPod beyond the battery. Once they open it up, they destroy it. And for that reason, I always tell people, please don't try to repair it yourself, because it's best to let a professional do that. So we're going to get started right now. This is an iPod Classic. The 7th gen, the 6th gen, they look basically alike. I'm going to show you what it takes to open up something like this. The first thing I want to show you is the types of tools that I use. I don't use plastic spudgers and things like that, or plastic devices like that, because the problem is, as soon as you try using them, they get destroyed right away. I've used a spudger like this probably hundreds of times without any degradation. I also use small screwdrivers to allow me an entry point when I can go in, because the clips have to be pressed down in order for the back to release. I use a Phillips screwdriver in case I have to take off the face. But we're not going to be taking off the face today with a battery. So basically I have these 4 tools, and I'm going to show you the entry point, the best entry point that I've ever found. And you will not mar the iPod, you will not scratch the iPod. It's basically as easy as what you're going to watch me do now. So go ahead, take a look at my hands right now. Okay, if everybody can see that, here's the iPod. I put it on a soft cloth so I don't scratch it when I turn it over. I'll put on my glasses so I can see things. First thing I want to do, a lot of people ask, where's the best entry point? Some go up here. Well, the reason why I won't go up here is because I don't want to damage the LCD. What you want to do is your entry point should be in this last quadrant right here. So I'm going to go ahead and insert my screwdriver in and push in just slightly, ever so slightly. Then I'm going to take my spudger. You can use either side. I prefer the blunt side. And you're going to start knocking down the clips. What you're going to see is the opening has started to get wider. I'm going to keep using my spudgers and go around like this, knocking down all the clips. Okay, once you get up there, you see that it already released. Come back with your screwdriver to the bottom. Go to the bottom and you see they're already releasing. Why? Because all the tension that was being held by the entire side, and you can see I haven't marred any of this. You know, I haven't made any scratches or mars. The next thing you want to do is kind of like move it from side to side, releasing it. And here's something that a lot of people do. They make a lot of problems for themselves. Here is the battery terminal. Never, ever, ever, ever release the bar. Never. Okay? What you want to do is pull it out straight up. And there it is right there. Did I say never? I meant never, ever touch that bar that holds the battery connector. I have broken maybe 2, maybe 3 in 20 years by never, ever touching that bar. Okay, I'll show you why. The next thing you want to do is lay it out nicely. Be very careful not to break the headphone jack. The headphone jack cable runs underneath the hard drive, and you can see how it sits in so nicely. Leave it alone. Don't touch it, but don't move it further than what I'm moving it here, maybe 1/8 of an inch. The next thing you're going to do is take your trusty spudger again and put it under the right side, not the left, the right side, because there's a flex cable that will tear because Apple put glue under this battery, and you've got to be very careful not to tear that cable underneath, because that's for your hold switch. So what you want to do is insert it very gently all the way under and start picking it up like this. Once it starts to rise, take it out and make sure that that little cable is not grabbing the battery. Once you have it out, pull it out all the way, and you see the battery is kind of lumpy and swollen. That's the indication of a battery that needs to be changed, okay? What we're gonna do, here's a brand new battery that we got. Looks a little different, but that's a very typical battery for today. It's an aftermarket battery. People ask me, can you get original batteries? No, you cannot. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna expose half the battery glue. The reason why you're doing half the battery glue is because you do not want to put glue on the holds flex. I'm just folding this back halfway, and I'm going to implant it right back where it belongs. I'm going to press down, make sure it's nice and secure, and that's all it is. Watch this. Watch how you connect the battery. Remember, I do not release the tension bar. You take the tab with your little fingernail and press down gently, and it's in. Next you're gonna do, you're gonna see that it comes up right here. It's working. Once you see it working, you go ahead and clip it down. And then you wanna do is make sure that all the clips have taken. Okay, this particular iPod needs to be restored, which is not a big deal. I'll be doing that on the next video. All right, so there you have how to change a battery without endangering your fingers. No knives, no nonsense. I didn't break the battery cable. One simple repair, battery. That's it. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more repairs.